My name is Flora Parrott. I am an artist showing some work as part of Hollow Earth at Nottingham Contemporary. I became interested in caves when I went to visit Sudwala Caves in South Africa with some friends on a road trip, and they turned the lights off just for a minute and I felt really connected to the darkness in there. I found it extraordinary. I was really shocked by it, the profound nature of it. Cave Map is hand embroidered with kind of missing parts in it, and that came about because I work in a geography department and we go to sites where there might be caves or hollows, and I felt the need to busy myself in these spaces, and so I sort of decided to try and map the spaces. But drawing doesn't work because cave environments or crevasse environments are often damp. You can't take the materials, they don't work, paper dissolves. So I started using fabric. So I would take the silk and kind of draw onto it around shapes. And the idea was sort of to think about how the body might move in those spaces and how you understand form and choreography in these kind of tight gaps. And I would take it home and then start stitching into it without much plan. But it went with me to a number of sites, to the Alps, to the Lake District, to southern Germany. And I would each time kind of change the drawings a little bit and then come back and rework it. And then I embroidered it into this kind of map. Because particularly the two embroidered pieces are really heavily worked, they've kind of lived in my house or my backpack or in my studio for a long time. And I suppose I hope that comes across to people, that there's that sort of sense of time soaked into them, because even though that's a very short period of time, that's one of the things I find so compelling about these types of spaces, is that you're forced immediately to feel minuscule and as though your whole time span is absolutely minute. Snake Curtain was a piece that's part of a bigger installation called Darkness Retreat. And that work was based on 60 hours in a darkness retreat, which is a place you can go within an ashram. And I, at some point in that 60 hours, lost a sense of what was a lucid dream or a vision when I was awake. I saw lots of snakes piling up on a road in front of me. And then the next day when I came out of the darkness, I walked down to the village and saw 3 real dead snakes on the road. And so I felt really confused about where those kind of visions and dreams had stopped and begun. Fixed Position is a photographic print on velvet. I was looking up large ancient cave networks on the internet, and I came across this one in Brazil in a network called Petar. And there was an image on the screen, and I thought to myself, I want to be exactly where that screenshot is. And I went exactly to that place and took a photograph. And somehow this work became about the experience of this darkness, and also trying to understand maybe how to make a distinction between the real and the virtual, or the real and the imagined. And that photograph was made into a curtain so that it could have this sort of trompe-l'oeil effect of being a sort of real thing on the wall that then might lead into something but kind of hits a brick wall behind it.